All right, let's jump right into today's explainer because we are breaking down the incredibly highly anticipated 2026 World Cup Group J opener happening today, June 16, 2026. Fans have completely taken over North America, the atmosphere is just electric, and we are zeroing in on a massive fixture. We've got the defending champions taking on a seriously hungry underdog.
But hey, before we even get into the stats and the big stars, I gotta ask you, are you ready for a match whose environment might literally break records? Seriously, tonight's venue comes with an ear-splitting reputation that is absolutely gonna test the nerves of every single player out there on the pitch.
Okay, let's dive into this. Argentina enters this tournament with just the ultimate target on their backs. As the reigning 2022 title holders, having captured their third World Cup, you'll remember, they really aren't just a team anymore. They are straight-up soccer royalty, and they're coming to defend their crown right here on North American soil.
So, Section 1, the Group J opener. Let's set the scene. Looking at the whole Group J landscape, Argentina and Algeria are joined by Austria and Jordan. And actually, a really fantastic side note from the tournament data, Jordan is making their World Cup debut in this expanded 48-team format. Pretty cool, right? But for tonight's match, a strong start here is absolutely crucial. It could dictate the momentum for the entire group.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Kansas City stage.
76,640, that is the massive, staggering capacity of Arrowhead Stadium. It might not get the exact same global hype as some of those big coastal host cities, but tonight, over 76,000 screaming fans are going to pack this arena all the way up to the rafters.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that Arrowhead Stadium isn't just big. It is officially recognized by Guinness as holding the world record for the loudest crowd roar at a sports stadium. Honestly, just try to imagine trying to communicate a tactical shift to your teammates when the sound is literally vibrating the grass under your cleats. Wild. But it's not all just intimidation. For all the international fans descending on Kansas City right now, there's a super vibrant local culture waiting for them. We're talking world-famous barbecue, live jazz, amazing green spaces, and the National WWI Museum. It's basically a Midwestern cultural hub that is fully transformed into a global soccer village for the month.
All right, Section 3, local metro base camps.
And this brilliantly illustrates a really unique logistical quirk of the World Cup. Get this. Argentina, Algeria, England, and the Netherlands have all set up their official base camps right here in the Kansas City metro. That means tonight's opponents are, well, they're practically neighbors right now. They're sharing the exact same local climate and time zone adjustments right before they finally collide on the pitch.
Which brings us to Section 4, the tale of the tape.
Let's look at the matchup. On one side, you have the defending champions, Argentina, stepping onto the field to protect their immense legacy. On the other side, Algeria steps into the undeniable role of the underdog. They're currently ranked 28th globally by FIFA, but what makes Algeria's story so compelling to us is that this is their first return to the World Cup since 2014. So stacked against the reigning kings of the sport, yeah, they have a massive point to prove today.
Section 5, spotlight on key stars. Let's talk about the players. For Argentina, the storyline is, of course, completely dominated by the defining presence of the ageless Lionel Messi. He fully cemented his legacy by lifting that trophy back in 2022. But as he leads the defending champions out today, the whole world is watching to see if his magic remains just as potent on this massive stage.
Let's move to the other side of the pitch, because on the Algerian side, we have an incredibly inspiring contrast. Midfielder Nabil Bentaleb is actually set for his World Cup return following an absolutely extraordinary medical comeback. Stories like his really just transcend the sport. Players overcoming massive personal hurdles just to represent their nation. For sure, his resilience is going to be a huge emotional engine for Algeria tonight.
Okay, rounding it out with Section 6, Match Day Information.
Here are your definitive match specifics before you go watch. Kickoff is today, June 16, 2026, at 8 p.m. local time, right inside Arrowhead Stadium. Managing this incredibly high-stakes, high-decibel encounter is referee Szymon Marciniak from Poland. And let me tell you, with that crowd roaring, his whistle is going to have to be incredibly sharp.
So all of this leaves us with one final thought as we count down to kickoff. Will the loudest stadium in the world witness the reigning champions assert absolute dominance right from day one? Or will that roaring crowd fuel a monumental underdog triumph for Algeria? Honestly, the stage is set. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer and enjoy the match.